Good evening. I'm Ben Wilterdink, and I have the privilege of working with many of you on the important policy issues that you work to advance every day. It's an honor to work with so many dedicated professionals who are committed not just to advancing some abstract set of ideas, but to offering tangible solutions to improve the lives of those around us and to increase the opportunities for flourishing. This network understands that public policy has a profound and personal impact on the families and the communities that we see every day. Nowhere is that impact felt more deeply than at the state level. While the policies set in Washington, D.C. are important, it is often at the state level that the effects of public policies are felt most intensely. From educating our children, to starting a new business, to ensuring basic public safety. State policy has a direct effect on the lives that we actually lead every day. And that's why I'm proud to present the Bob Williams Award for Biggest Home State Win. This award celebrates achieving a policy win where it matters most, right at home. Here are your 2025 finalists.
Empower Mississippi and Mississippi Center for Public Policy. Phasing out the income tax. This legislative session, Mississippi made history by becoming the first state since Alaska to chart a course toward fully eliminating the state's income tax. Empower Mississippi and the Mississippi Center for Public Policy built public momentum and worked with lawmakers to pass the Build Up Mississippi Act, which uses smart revenue triggers to phase out the income tax, returning up to $100 million a year to the people of Mississippi. Goldwater Institute, the Safe Neighborhoods Act. In 2024, Arizona voters passed Proposition 312, the Safe Neighborhoods Act, with over 58% support. Led by the Goldwater Institute, this first-of-its-kind reform holds cities accountable for ignoring homeless encampments, like Phoenix's Zone. Property owners can now claim tax refunds when local governments fail to act. Goldwater built the policy, the coalition, and the momentum, sparking reforms in 6 cities and restoring public safety without growing bureaucracy. Pelican Institute for Public Policy, bringing one door to Louisiana. Louisiana has one of the highest poverty rates in the country, and nearly 1 in 5 residents relies on food stamps, the 3rd highest rate in the nation. That's why the Pelican Institute led a multi-year campaign to fix the state's fragmented safety net. They worked with lawmakers to pass historic one-door legislation that streamlines social services and workforce programs. This bipartisan reform helps more Louisianans move from government dependency to opportunity.
And the winner of the 2025 Bob Williams Award for Biggest Home State Win goes to Mississippi Center for Public Policy and Empower Mississippi.
Gosh, thank you. When I first arrived in America and joined the Mississippi Center for Public Policy back in 2021, a number of you were kind enough to share an old American saying with me. Thank God for Mississippi. You explained with good humor, I think, that as long as Mississippi was in the data, there was no chance of your state being ranked last. Today, that's changing. Our elimination of the income tax is just the latest in a series of free market reforms that is changing our state for the better. So thanks to SPN. Thank you to those who voted for us to win this award, particularly those of you who've ever said, "Thank God for Mississippi." This victory belongs to our small, highly productive team at the Mississippi Center for Public Policy. It belongs to the best board any CEO could ever hope to work with. And it belongs very much to our incredible coalition, Grant at Empower, and the amazing Starla Brown at AFP Mississippi. Massive kudos to Mississippi's House Speaker, Jason White. It's his leadership that made this possible. Incidentally, I think he's the most awesome speaker Mississippi and America have at the moment. He is just a phenomenon. And of course, I want to mention, if I may, Grover Norquist. Grover called me literally the second weekend that I had set foot on American soil to explain why we should make income tax elimination a priority. And Grover, with your help and the help of your team, we have. Mississippi's elimination of the income tax, the first state to do so since oil-rich Alaska in 1980, is the latest in a series of reforms, flattening taxes, cutting red tape, deregulating the labor market, keeping energy costs low. Together, these free market reforms are a potent combination. They have fueled more economic growth in Mississippi in the past 5 years than in the previous 15 years combined. This isn't just a victory that will allow families to keep more of what they earn. It is a victory for those willing to be bold and to take on politics as usual, the status quo politics in our state. And as such, it brings forward the day when we can achieve our two really big strategic objectives of universal school choice and the elimination of certificate of need. Tonight, please let me be the one to say, thank God for Mississippi. Thank y'all.
Wow, this is a great honor. You can tell from Douglas's accent, we're from different parts of Mississippi. But it's a great honor to share this award and share the stage with you. It's also a great honor to win this when we had such amazing finalists. Goldwater Institute, Pelican Institute. Speaking of Pelican, can we ask Daniel to host state night every year? But it means so much, and it means so much that it was voted on by you. So thank you for your votes. I am deeply honored to accept this on behalf of the amazing Empower Mississippi team, who are all with us back here in a couple of these tables. I'm so honored to have a couple of our board members here tonight who have been so impressed by each of you and the work you're doing. I'm so thankful for our donors that support this work. For those of you who are here and you voluntarily give your hard-earned dollars to invest in this kind of work, thank you. But a big reform like this, eliminating a big tax, the income tax, this requires a big coalition. And I echo Douglas, this had a big coalition in Mississippi. And in a room like this, we kind of like to complain about politicians a lot. Most of that is well-deserved. But I will tell you, this would not have happened, as Douglas mentioned, without our Speaker of the House, Jason White, and our Governor, Tate Reeves, who put this policy reform on their back and did not give up until it was over the finish line. Yes, thank you. Now let me leave you with one thought. Do not sleep on Mississippi. I'm a sixth-generation Mississippian, and for my entire life, this state has been the butt of a lot of jokes. We've been at the bottom of every list you don't want to be at the bottom of. But things are changing, and progress is coming. Mississippi has right to work enshrined in our Constitution. 20 years ago, we passed landmark tort reform as a state, and we have not walked it back. Mississippi has led the nation on literacy. The Mississippi miracle is real. Thank you. More kids More kids are reading than ever before. We went from cutting taxes and trimming taxes to now eliminating taxes. Up next, transformational school choice. So the progress is real. This is not your grandmother's Mississippi. Thank you.